Hi YouTube and welcome back to Jamie Loves Books. I've got a little friend here today. This is Kitty, my crazy daughter. So I taught her well. High five. But we're here to talk about series today. Series that I've started and need to finish. Others that I need to carry on because they haven't come out yet, finished coming out yet. And ones that I really want to get to. So to start with today, we're going to go on about The Renegades by Marissa Myers. Well, this one I think quite a lot of people know, but if you don't, it's about a world after a war with superheroes, and we have the anarchists and the renegades. The renegades after the war have started a new society. They're building up, and the anarchists, are the ones that want to bring it down. They don't think it's right that everyone should only rely on people with powers. They should rely on themselves. And we follow Nova, who is an anarchist, and Adrian, who is a renegade. And Nova has to infiltrate the renegades, and she starts to see what they're really trying to do, how they're trying to help. It might not be the best way, but she learns that actually what she saw as them all bad, it might not be that way. But she's also opening Adrian's eyes to the fact that actually the renegades aren't always the answer. People need to take responsibility for themselves, trying to look after themselves, build up a society together, not just sorry, crazy girl, not just to expect somebody else to solve their problems for them. And when this one gets a bit older, I think she will absolutely love it. Oh, you love DC
I only read
superheroes?
kids books. I don't like.
Well, that's because you're young. But this is a young adult, so you're not that far off being able to read it. But anyway, Supernova is already out, and this darling girl here has bought it for me for Christmas. Been trying desperately to get her to let me have it early, but
I thought
only
if she
3
tried
more days,
stealing
so,
it, I'd just not let her have it for Christmas and have to wait until her birthday.
which is only not that long away. But anyway, so yes,
The back of
this
it.
one can't wait to carry on. There we go. And then I have got Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I've only read this one. I've got Legendary here,
The second
and
one,
in England
yes,
we
second one.
it is,
Second
and then
one.
there's Finale, which obviously hasn't come out in England yet. I don't think it's
When
out
is it?
until March.
I
Yeah.
don't actually know.
No, but anyway, this follows, obviously, there's a caravel turns up. You can only go if you have a ticket.
And there's two different things you can be in it, isn't there?
Yes, you can basically, you can watch and
The
just see how it
people who
goes.
do the acting and all like that.
Yeah, or you can participate. And this follows, it's been a while since I read this, do apologise, but two sisters. One of them who desperately wants to be part of the caravel. She has written all her life and never basically no, she's never heard back until a few days before her wedding, and then her sister convinces her to go. But then she finds when she starts on her adventure that her sister's been kidnapped, and her sister is the basically the story of Caravel, and she's what everybody's looking for to win the prize, which is a wish. So it goes on their adventure. And then Legendary, I think it's
about someone else going there.
I think it's more her sister, the girl's sister. I can't for the life of me remember their names. Tella and oh, I'm useless with names. But no, it follows Donatella. So basically it's her and her sister Scarlet. So this one's more Scarlet and her adventures looking for her sister. And this one, well, her sister did something in this one, so now she's got to go on her own adventure. I think Scarlet is part of it, but it's more Tella that's story it's about.
It sounds like Nutella, like chocolate thing. That's why I started laughing.
Oh, like you wouldn't like the name that was chocolate. So yes,
Like you
another
wouldn't.
one in 2020 that I desperately want to
I'll be getting it
finish.
for her.
Ooh, lovely. And then I have got Death Note, which I've only got the black edition.
Yeah, because you like
And
the black
I've only-
edition instead of having all different colours of them.
Yes,
It
and
doesn't
also
make
it's a
any
bind
sense.
up. You've got a couple in here,
Yeah.
and I've
Instead
got
of like-
volumes 11 and 12 that I've
Isn't-
got to read.
Isn't it like when the other colours, the other ones, they have more books. They're not all in together.
Yes, basically there's 6 of these
Mhm.
with 2 volumes in each.
Yeah.
Before it was 12 volumes with only 1 volume in them. But basically this follows Light, and he gets a Death Note by a Shinigami. I think I'm getting that right. It might be.
Shinigami, yeah. It is.
Yeah, a death god.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
basically this death god Ryuk, I absolutely love Ryuk. He is so mischievous, just absolutely crazy, just what he's
So
got up to because
crazy
he's
like
bored.
you.
I probably wouldn't go this far. But basically, he's written all the rules of how to deal with Death Note and all the rules that go into it, and then drops it in the human world to see who picks it up, and adventures ensue, and Light starts on this journey where he thinks he can make a better world, but is he any better than the people he's trying to protect the world from? I loved the first one of this. I didn't mind the third and fourth volumes, but I started to get a bit bored. It kind of reset halfway through, and I feel like we started back at not back at the beginning, but it kind of we're going
started
again.
with someone else.
But anyway, and also there's Light's kind of famous girlfriend. Oh my god, I'm sorry. She drives me insane. She talks about herself in the third person, which I never thought was something that bothered me. But it made me want to throw the book out the window. So I'm struggling to finish this last one, but I will do it.
People
And 2020 is the time to
in
do
their
it.
self and first person think like they think they're popular and they do whatever
Well,
they
she
want.
was popular, but
Because
whatever.
when they're popular, they just talk about themselves in third person like any time they're doing something.
Yes. And also I have the Hero of Ages, which is the third in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I know everybody on YouTube, BookTube and all that loves Brandon Sanderson. I love his world building. He is a master. He can build up a whole religion and make you feel like it's real, a whole magic system. And basically, anyone that doesn't know about this book, it's about allomancers who can burn metals. They ingest metals, they can burn them. And there are some people that can only burn one metal and only use one metal, whereas there's Mistborns who can burn all the metals, and you get things like you can push off from metals, so you can fly through, look like you're flying through the air, you can be stronger. And we follow a girl called Vin, and she teams up with somebody called Kelsey and his ragtag team. It's like it's got basically a found family in it, where none of these people really have families, and they find each other, and they try to bring down the final empire, which is the first book, and help release all the underdogs, which are the Scar, from the Lord High Ruler. And basically this is their story, how it ensues and all that. And I do like Brandon Sanderson, but his books are chunkers. They're very full of political intrigue, lots of very well written, but it's a lot to get through, and I find I have to take a little bit of time between his books to be able to go on and read. But my mission is to finish this trilogy and hopefully go on to the second set of three books, and would like to start in 2020, which is the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and the first one is The Isle of the World. Yes, I've been put off by this because it has so many in it. I think it's a 14 book series with a few novellas and all of that. So I've been putting off this, but this is an epic fantasy, and I've heard that if you like Lord of the Rings, that it kind of starts off. He took a lot of ideas from that to start with, just in the first bit, and then it goes off on its whole own thing. And sadly, Robert Jordan died before he died. Yes, Brandon Sanderson finished up. I think he finished he did write the full last one, and I think he co-authored the second to last one because poor Robert Jordan passed away beforehand. But it's just because really, really big books. Each one of them is huge. They're over 800 pages, and there is a lot of them, but it sounds like such an amazing series that I really need to get into this in 2020. Then I have also got A Court of Thorns and Roses.
What's that about?
It's another Beauty and the Beast retelling, apparently.
Another one. Why is that everyone's doing retellings? Is that the thing
I love
everyone
retellings.
likes?
Well, it's good. It's nice to see it from a more 21st century kind of thing. Well, I think I actually have not too much idea, apart from that this girl Freya, I think her name is.
I know a girl called Freya.
You do. Yeah, it's quite a popular name. But basically, she kills a fairy, and because she kills a fairy, I think he was in a wolf form or something. Or bear, I think. I'm not too sure. But she gets whisked away to the land of fairy, and that's her story. They have got, I think it's a trilogy with a novella as well, which I've borrowed from the library behind me.
You can see if it's like a trilogy in the back.
No, it's here. Look.
Look. There's trilogies, see? There's other ones here.
Yeah, there's a trilogy, so that means
check
3.
what ones there are in the back here.
But I have actually got... And I've not done it over. I've got the other 2 that I've borrowed from the library, and I have got the novella. Although saying that, I have heard
What's
that
a novella?
a small book. Not that
Ooh.
long, just a little excerpt type thing. But yes, I've had that. And then there's a couple which I haven't got the books of yet, which I'm going to borrow from the library. I would love to read, don't know if you can see that, Three Dark Crowns. That's a trilogy as well by Kendall Blake, and it follows these triplets that are born in this world. I can't think for the life of me what the kingdom's called, but basically they get separated and they go to different parts of the kingdom. Each princess has their own magic. There's an elementalist that can like do the elements and all of that. You've got a poisonist who can ingest different poisons and they won't make her ill, and she can create poisons. And then you've got one that speaks to animals and is a naturalist basically.
Oh, I think I get it, because that one's like the animal one. I think that's the poison one, and that's...
No, I would say that's the poison one. That's the elementalist, where it's like the fire and elements and all that, and that's the animals. But basically, when they come to 16, they've got to fight to the death to see who basically rules the kingdom.
Damn,
so yes,
that's a
they
bit
get
violent.
separated. Yes, it's a young adult. You're a little bit young for it yet, but that is one of the ones that I know that my library definitely has, and I want to get into. Then we've also got, which is an adult one. Oh dear, not too glary. Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, which follows a girl whose family get assassinated, and then she goes to assassin school, and basically it's her story about how she wants to get revenge for the family that she lost. And I know that his last one, Dark Dawn, am I right? I'm not too sure, but
because you sometimes talk to me about books and I'm usually...
it's a mother-daughter thing. Daughters don't listen to their mothers,
No.
but I never listened to my mum. Basically, yeah, it's a trilogy. It's an adult one. It's not children's.
No.
And I've heard that people complain because, sorry, it's really not very good.
No, it's really not.
They moan because it has footnotes and all that, and it takes
What's
them
a
out of the
footnote?
story. When you're reading through the text and it has like a little star or a cross or something, and you have to go down to the bottom of the page, and it just has a little excerpt about what's happening in that paragraph. But
Well,
I'm
I know
used
a
to it.
book what has like, when I was like in primary school, we read this book where it kept flipping through like from the past to the future to someone else's perspective, and it wasn't really a good book because it's like kept flipping to different things.
Yeah, well, that you didn't like that
No.
writing style, but I'm used to that writing style because
I'm really not.
my most favourite author, which I'll just grab any one of these books, hang on, my
Just
favourite
pick
one
one.
Terry Pratchett, always got footnotes and things, and I love Terry Pratchett. Maybe I should do a video about Terry Pratchett. I've pretty much got all his books. My favourite character of his is Rincewind. Oh, the Fouled Wizard. Absolutely love Rincewind, and I like the perspective of death as well. If you haven't read any of his, you really, really should. He's an amazing author. It was such a sad day. Well, it's a sad day when anyone passes away, but he was such a literacy genius, and I love his works. Loved him. I followed him, well, from when I was old enough to. So yes, I'm used to the footnotes, so I'm hoping that I should be able to like that style of writing, but we'll see. And also, no, it's not going to work. I really need to. I'm not sure.
No,
No,
there you go.
there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Rainbow Rouse, Carry On. So obviously this follows Baz and Simon, and it's kind of a bit of fan fiction-y Harry Potter. They're wizards. I think Baz is the wizard and Simon, if I'm right, is the vampire, and they go on this adventure, and there's a love to hate romance type book. And I know for a fact your delightful auntie, my best big sister in the world, is buying it for me for Christmas, so cannot wait to get started on that. So that will be a 2020.
I got
And
2 2020 books.
You've got two 2020 books?
I wanna
Of
start,
course.
but some of them do it to me and make me cry. This one's the worst one ever because it's like about animals being abandoned, and it's always used to make me cry. Nearly cried. All
You
the
are
time.
a very animal person.
And then the Magic Bunny one, following the Magic Animal ones, and then there's dog ones with the little doggies and all different ones. And the other series I want to start in 2020. These are the other ones I have.
By the
I
RSPCA,
I have the whole set of these now.
Yep, so they're the ones that you want to start in
Yeah.
2020, because you've got quite a lot. You're doing the Odyssey at the moment for school,
Yeah,
so
I don't really enjoy
real
it.
favourite one there.
No
But
way.
that is the thing.
Yeah.
You have to read for school. I get to read for
Fun.
my fun and enjoyment, but we've all been there.
Yeah.
And yeah, as long as you get to read for enjoyment as well, that's great. So I hope you all are having a great reading time in 2020, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. All right, see you later. Bye.